verse 23, Ulladhu naarpadhu anubandam, supplement to the 40 verses on reality. Earlier we saw that the limitless Brahman enters the body through a pinhole which is located somewhere between the chest and the abdomen. So Sri Bhagavan wants us to search for that location, and that is called the cave of the heart, and that is where Atman is present within you. That's where the limitless Brahman converts itself into this limited identity, ego. I am the body sense. So he said, reject the physical heart as not the real heart. Look at that one knowledge, one consciousness, which is all pervading. You just keep your attention on that, he says. And in this verse he says, Aduve Mukhiya Idayam. That is the most important heart. Adangan ivagilamume amarndirukkum. The entire universe rests on that substratum. Where? Here, within us. Within us, that limitless Brahman is present. Our duty is to search for it, keep our attention on the birthplace of this I thought, and it will lead to realization. That is the simple summary of Bhagavan's teachings. Aduve Mukhiya Idayam, Adangan Vagilamume Amarndirukkum, Adu Adi Epurutkum. That heart, that cave of the heart, is the mirror for any object. When you say any object, objects perceived through the senses, as well as the body and mind. The mind itself is an object of awareness to us. As per Shankara's Vivekam, discrimination, anything that is experienced, anything that is an object of experience, we are not. We are the awareness, that's all, pure awareness. What is it that Advaita says is our ultimate nature? Is it body, mind, or intellect? No, he says everything is an object of awareness. You are only the presence, which can also be called the witness. But we should not get confused with the intellect, functioning as the witness. That is not the real witness. Even the buddhi, the intellect, has to subside. On the subsidence of this buddhi, it is said in Astamalaga Stotram that buddhi attridave yavan polivan abhasam inri, which means when buddhi itself subsides, there the reflected consciousness or the ego will not be there. So aduve mukhiya idayam adangan vagilamume amarndirukkum adu aadi eppurutkum ella selvangatkum aduve illam. That is the house of all wealth. Whatever wealth you can think of, he says that is the house of wealth. Which one? That cave of the heart, the place at which the I thought is born. If we trace it and keep our attention on it, that's all. We have nothing more to do. Atma will shine forth of its own. We don't have to make the sun shine. The sun is ever shining. Because of the rotation of the earth, we get this day and night phenomenon. It looks like the sun has disappeared. Similarly, on a cloudy day, when the cloud covers the sun, it looks as if the sun is gone. It is no longer shining bright. No. The truth is that it is ever shining. The same way Atma is ever shining. But there is a cloud which is veiling our vision of that bright Atma. What is that? That is I am the body sense, this mixed up condition within us through the process of Chit Jada Granthi, the knot between the inert and the sentient. So, aduve mukhiya idayam adangan vagilamume amarndirukkum adu aadi eppurutkum ella selvangatkum aduve illam adanale anaithuirkum arivaduve idayam ena arayalagum. And hence, that is called heart, which anaithuirkum arivaduve, that is called the heart which serves as the knowledge principle that is operating in all beings. It is one knowledge principle, pure consciousness, that is operating as the capability to know and the capability to be ignorant. This knowledge principle of Chitta Chaitanyam and Atma is what is functioning as that knowledge principle, and that is called the heart. Aduve Mukhiya Idayam Adangan Vagilamume Amarndirukkum Adu Aadi Eppurutkum எல்லா செல்வங்கட்கும் அதுவே இல்லம், அனைத்துயிர்க்கும் அறிவதுவே இதயம் என அறையலாகும், சிதையா நிற்கும் கற்போல் சடவுடலின் அவயவத்து ஓர் சிறு கூறு அன்றால். This is one of the most important qualities or features of Brahman. சிதையா நிற்கும் கற்போல். It stands there without being destroyed like a rock, solid rock. Bhagavan just gives an example of a rock, and we should just deduce that quality from this example, which is unshaking, unmoving, and then not being destroyed at all. The wind cannot, make it wane. Nothing can make it wax. Brahman is as it is, all pervading, and it is not a jada, it is not an inert object. Brahman itself is not inert objects. In fact, that is the cause of the birth of all inert objects as well as sentient beings on earth, plants, animals, etc., human beings, etc. So that is the fundamental principle, that is the adhishtanam, which is the basis, which is the foundation for the existence of the entire universe. Through the power of Maya, what is called Maya, illusion creating power, Brahman is playing all this mischief. And the entire physical order, what is called the universe, is nothing but Brahman's imagination. It is said in Dakshinamurti Stotram, Kapida Maya Deya Kala Karmatal. Its own imagination of space, time, matter, and the entire physical order has been set to physical laws. For example, the biological law of birth, growth, and then decay and death. Similarly, I think the shelf life of all objects in the world. Whatever we understand of the universe, it is right. But what an additional understanding we need to add is that it is all because of the existence of Brahman. And Bhagavan says that Brahman alone exists. Shankara also says, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya Jiva Brahma Ivanapura. What is always true, what really exists, the only thing that ever exists is Brahman. And Jagat Mithya, this world, universe or body, everything is an appearance in our pure consciousness. That's all. And Jiva Brahma Ivanapura, what you call an individual is none but that Brahman itself, that the Supreme Lord itself, that one entity itself. It is that one entity, undivided, formless, limitless entity, which is converting itself through the power of Maya into the myriad objects of the universe, including plants, stars, space-time, whatnot. Everything is the mischief of this Brahman. That is what you are. Don't think that there is a separate God who is mischievous. Here, Advaita says, you, the listener, you are that mischievous Brahman. But we need to realize our true nature. We are a little away from our true nature. We are in a transformed state. We need to de-transform ourselves. We are in a reduced state. We need to de-reduce ourselves. That's how this is how to understand. Because if Bhagavan says one only exists, then what accounts for this multiplicity? You, me, she, he, that, etc. What accounts for it? That one has reduced itself through the process of multiplication. It has multiplied itself into a huge panorama of multiplicity and variety. That's all. This is how to understand. சிதையா நிற்கும் கற்போல் சடவுடலின் அவயவத்து ஓர் சிறு கூறு அன்றால். Again he is giving a caution. It will stand still, unwaxing and then unwaning and then unbroken, not being destroyed, not being eroded by the wind or the sun. No, nothing can touch Brahman. Heat cannot destroy it, nor can wind make it dry, nor can water make it wet. Nothing, it's untouched. Asangoham it is called. Ever untouched. And that is stillness. When we correspond it, when we make a correspondence to our psychological states, our mind, it is stillness of the mind. Be still and know that I am God. And Bhagavan says that Sada Udalin Avayavattu Orsiru Kuru Andral means it is not one of the organs of the body. Although we are searching within the body, although we are searching in between the chest and the abdomen, we are searching for that source of the I thought, the birthplace of I thought, But let us not imagine that it is sitting, Atma or Brahman is sitting in one of the organs. No. But there is no other go. We have to search for the Brahman, the birthplace of I thought, within the body only. In Ulladhu naarpadhu it says, Udalulle tannunarndarku ellayara taanolirum. Yes, for that person who has realized his true nature within his body, his experience will be limitless shining forth of Atma. Ellayara taanolirum. For him, Atma will shine forth limitlessly. That's what he says. So it is all very clear that the limitless Brahman reduces itself into each body called Upadhi, and we remain for lifetimes identified to this body. That thought that I am the body with its memory collection, there is an accretion is formed, and that is called Chitjara Granthi, that veils our reality, our true nature. So we need to dilute it, we need to push it to its source. This river called individuality, I am sentimental sense, has to go and merge in its source. That is the whole effort, teaching and wisdom of Advaitic Vedanta. That is the teaching of Shankara, that is the teaching of Shastras. In fact, the approaches are different. Sri Bhagavan's approach is direct, the most direct. You entertain thoughts, right? He says, ask who is entertaining these thoughts. You will get an answer, I. Who is that I? It is a psychological sense of I derived from this body. So am I the body? For me to derive that I sense, am I the body? No. What created this body? What created this I thought? Which is the source power, source dynamo, which is the source transformer which supplies power to the entire universe? He says, that is what you are. Find that out and be there. How to do it? Do vicharam, self-enquiry. Who am I? Which is the birthplace at which thoughts are born? Which is the birth of all other thoughts depend on what thought? All thoughts depend on one particular thought. That is I thought. Where is it born? Here, where? We need to search. You need to search. When we search and we just go there, Sri Bhagavan says, when the mind rests in its source, grace rushes forth, sprouting as from a spring within you. When you touch that point, mind subsides, Atma shines forth of its own. This is the conclusion. This is a continuous effort, because it's like a tug of war. One person is pulling you this side, another person is pulling you that side. So one side on Atma is pulling, another side samsara, worldly life is pulling, memory is pulling. So we need to take sides with Atma if we are interested in liberation. If we are interested in liberating ourselves from this cruel cycle of birth and death. That is the whole process of spirituality, Advaita Vedanta. Let us stick to the words of the Guru. Let us surrender to him and then do vicharam.